Good morning, community. How are you? Jenenne Macklin here, your transformational speaker, wealth guide, and catalyst. Good morning to the West Coast. The rain has passed. I think the universe needed to cool us down. That's why we got a splash of rain yesterday, because it was quite warm before that. East Coast, how are you? How's your weather? What's happening on your side of the world? So in my commitment to be closer to the time that I usually am on here, I'm on now. I don't have my earbuds. I started my walk. But I still want to hop on here with you anyway. How are you? Hashtag replay. Let me know. How are you and where are you? So I hope you can see our beautiful sky on this coast. Look up and look at yours. We created that. We did that by not driving. That's our impact. That's how amazing we are on this planet. That's the impact and the imprint we're leaving on this planet. And then as soon as they say we can move, everybody will jump in their cars again and we'll lose all this. So while we have it, take time and just enjoy it and recognize how powerful we truly are. We are leaving a footprint. Every car we buy, every container we throw in the water, in the gutter, every piece of plastic that we buy that's not good for us or the animals. We knew that when they did the kids movie years ago, where the dolphins and all the fish had I don't want to say the Coors containers, but you know those hooks around their necks from the containers that have all the beer in it. So we know the impact, but I hope you can see it behind me. Today is a quick Tuesday. I don't know if I put truth or tip, but I just wanted to tell you, you got this. No matter how you may feel, in spite of the anxiety that may be running through you, in spite of any sense of concern and fear, in spite of any sense of hopelessness. And if you're feeling alone and lonely because you're there on your own in this space of self-reflection, i.e. isolation, self-quarantine, self-reflection, you got this. You can do this. We were built for this, okay? It does require that you take a few moments and think about how you got this and what you can do that's going to support and benefit you. But you got this. See, one of the things you can't do is doubt you. You can doubt the government because it's clear they don't know what they're doing. But don't doubt you. You have taken care of you. You have been with you. You have walked you through journeys and situations that some people don't even know about because you're too embarrassed to tell anybody. But you made it through to the other side. You've done this before. Yeah, the terrain is a little different. Yeah, you didn't have to be quarantined before. And yeah, there wasn't as big of a concern about a virus. But you got this. Don't ever doubt your ability to bounce back. You were built with bounce back muscles. We call it resilience, but it's bounce back muscles. And you can do that. You've been doing it. You're going to keep doing it. Like each and every one of us. I'm walking down a hill, but I don't know if I turned that way and did that. You could see I walked from that hill way back up there where you see the clouds. So I'm walking down a hill. But I had to use everything that I had to get up the hill. And now going down is a little easier, but I still need to use the same power to get down as I did to go up because I'm going downhill. And I don't know if you know anything about Pasadena, the sides of this road slope down. So where I'm going to get the most traction and be even is actually walking in the middle of the street, which is what I'm doing off and on till I get down here to the bottom where the intersection is. So that's the same thing for us. If I can't walk this way, I go find another way. If that way seems to get blocked, or if they've got trucks on there, they're going to do construction and they close it, then I find another way. No one's going to stop me from doing what I said that I was going to do for me, for my life, for my family, and for my purpose on this planet. And I want that to be your model. Nothing's going to stop you. Nothing's going to stop you. If you have to start a side business, you can take a class online, I saw someone said, and get a degree in 6 months. If you need to build a new business, if you have to go and find new clients, if you have to look at creating a plan for yourself, a business plan, a savings plan, a wealth plan, listen, long as you have your mind, long as you're still in control of your faculties, then nothing has to stop you. Nothing has to stop you. So you got this. You need to know and start from the premise and walk around and say to yourself, I got this. That's what I do. Even on my worst days, I say, I got this. I'm tired. I need to go lay down. I'm going to go to bed early, but tomorrow I'm going to have it, and I'm going to get up again. And that's the way we do it. That's how we do it. I'm simply putting one foot in front of the other to get down this hill, and I put one foot in front of the other to get up that hill. So I would do a 4-mile walk today. Now, granted, I didn't plan on doing 4 miles. I walked 4 miles all last week. Friday, I did 3.2. I took Saturday and Sunday off. I usually take the weekend off. My son's out of school then, and we're not in school mode. But when Monday came, I was so tired, and I was sore because I hadn't stretched enough. So I said, fine. I rested yesterday. This morning, I'm like, it's on and popping. There's no way I can stay home. Now, I only plan to do 3.2 miles rather. But once I got up and I got my stride, see, this is the thing about your bounce back muscle. If you keep going, one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other, what will happen is you're going to get momentum. And as you get momentum, you get going faster and faster. Now, granted, I'm going down the hill, but in your real life, you pick up speed. But when you stop, and then you stop, and then you're like, okay, well, I'll just take my time. Now, I don't have no momentum now. I've got to build the momentum up again. But if you keep moving, if you keep putting one foot in front of the other, you will get there. So you say, Jean, what do? I lost my business. That's a tough one, right? You've lost your business, particularly to all my small business owners. You guys were rocking it. You were so creative. I went to places to grab food to eat in downtown LA that were so unique that I'd never seen before that you had created. And you know what I believe? I believe you can create them again. I believe the same stamina, the same determination, the same idea that God gave you to create that business, you'll get another one and you'll start it again. Just like you did that one, probably outside of your house. People like what you were serving, and then from there, maybe you got a truck, and you start driving it around and selling it to people, and then people start buying off your truck, and so you bought a bigger truck, or you just added more items. Don't ever think that you can't come back. Don't let anybody tell you you can't come back. Yes, you can come back. Will you have to do it? Yes. Hi, Jose, and hi, Jen. Will you have to do it? Yes. Is somebody going to do it for you? No. But I want you to know you've got this. Don't you ever give up on you. No matter what America says, no matter what America's going through. There's 7 billion people on this planet. America can't even keep track of all of us, except for the technology they have with Wi-Fi and peeking in our houses through our telephones and through our TV. And, I ran into a pole and all that kind of stuff. But they can't keep track of all of us. So you've got to keep track of your dreams. You've got to stand in the mirror and say, Jen, Jose, no matter what, we are going to continue on this journey to create our business, to create our goals. Good morning. Good morning. People don't say hello. I'm like, at least we can do is say hello to each other. We're all in this together. You're the one that gets to create it. No one's going to stop you because they ain't trying to stop you. They're too busy trying to keep track of everything else that they've created. So just hear me today. You got this. Moms, you're home with those kids, and I know you're not used to being with those kids. You probably got so much fulfillment from being at work and doing whatever you did there to make things happen and to create things. Listen, you haven't lost those skills. See if you can use those skills on your own to create a side business while you're waiting to go back to work. I always was looking for somebody to do typing for me. I was always looking for somebody who could help me with content. I was always looking for somebody who could help clean up my computer. You have those skills, you need to start marketing those skills. If nothing else, there's some truth to it that America, in spite of how she's behaving these days, is pretty much the land of opportunity. And that's where the opportunities come in. So when you get through being upset, or you get through worrying, and you get through crying, because I know we all have to go through that at some point or another, I want you to get up. I want you to stand up. I want you to know that you are resilient, that you have everything you need right there within you. Amen, right? You don't have to depend on the president. You don't have to depend on the government. Well, for some things you do. But when it comes to creating something amazing in your life with the skills you already have, now that is yours. Nobody can take that away from you. If you went to a trade school and you have a trade, start marketing your trade. If you know how to do plumbing, start marketing whatever it is that you know how to do that you used to do that you're not able to do anymore. But don't think like, oh, I can't go to my job, so I can't do it. The skills are inside of you. So long as they stay inside of you, you always have access to them. And America cannot take those away from you. So what do you do? What can you do? I don't care if it brings you $10. I don't care if it brings you $100 if you're worried about money. But that's what I want you to be focusing on. You can bounce back. We all can and we all do. Trust me, I've been through credit card debt, had to bounce back twice. Been through bank bankruptcy, and all you can do with that is wait, but I had to bounce back. Got my credit score almost close to 800, bouncing back. If I can bounce back, you can bounce back. You need some help knowing how to bounce back? Then let me know. You want to be in a group of people who's learning how to bounce back? Then let me know. But if not, you want to do it, then I'm the biggest cheerleader. I'm your biggest cheerleader to tell you to go for it, to do it. What else do you have to lose? We leave it up to America. They could blow this whole freaking planet up if we left it up to them, but we know they won't. So in the meantime, focus on you. Focus on your family. Do what you know is best for your family. I can't imagine people want to run out and go get in a restaurant. There's not a food that I need to go have with a group of people in a restaurant. I've ordered from all of my regular restaurants all during this time. The beach, yeah, I'll go to the beach, but I'm going to go up north where there's hardly anybody at the beach and sit on a rock. I'm not going to go to Santa Monica where there's tons of people. I'm not going to Malibu where there's tons of people. So yeah, I can still do what I want to do, but I don't have to expose myself to a whole bunch of people. So it fathoms me that everybody wants to run out to be with people, and it's the same people before this all happened you be complaining about. You're complaining about this person, you're complaining about that person, complaining about the last loud music, complaining about the rappers. Now it's all okay. Let's all go run around together. Really? I think not. I don't have time to be sick. I've never been a person to really get sick, and ain't claiming any now. So if you're not that person, do you. You got this. You have the skills inside of you. You have the talent inside of you. You have the ability within you to create from the inside out. Maybe you're someone who does these wonderful phrases and everybody loves them. They're like, oh, you write such wonderful things. Why don't you start a card line? Why don't you start making cards and send them to your friends during this time? And they all say, oh, I love your cards. How do I get more? And now you got a card business. Hey, Vernon, how you doing? You're not in a rush to go anywhere, and why do folks need guns at the protest? Good morning. How are you? Good. I do not know, except for there are Americans who, similar to the Wild Wild West, believe that this is their land, and you cannot tell us what to do. And so you can get a glimpse of what it must have been like when they were creating the United of States back then. I'm sure people disagreed and they had to go back and forth, and finally they settled on something, which is what I guess they call the Constitution now. It's the same doggone things. I think they feel like if they come with guns, they're scaring people. You know, that's their power. And when in reality, it just diminishes them. Come with an open heart. Come with your mind to talk and think it out. Come with solutions and strategies. But you come with a gun like the Wild Wild West. That's Americans. I'm not surprised. But quite frankly, I don't need to be in a group of people. When we went to restaurants, all we did was sit with our same friends and family and talked just out. Well, set a table in the middle of your yard, put 6 chairs around it for your family, put them 6 feet apart, turn some music on, put a barbecue pit over there, and now you're in your restaurant and you're not exposed to anything that anyone else might have except for them same old people you've been around all this time, which is your family. The most incredible thing about this process is we've learned other ways to do things. We've learned other ways to get things done and to get things accomplished. And that's what we were supposed to learn. We're so used to getting set in a pattern. You do this on Mondays, you do this on Tuesday, this on Wednesday, this on Thursday. It's like herding us through this system. But where's the quality of the life that we want to live in every moment? That's what this moment is about. You get to decide the quality of your life going forward. You get to decide what it's going to look like for you and your family, and ultimately for the world, even though we don't think about it. So you got this. You keep saying it to yourself. I got this. You write it all around your house on Post-it pads if you have to. I got this. You had the kids draw a picture that says, we got this. And you have them color it in. And you put it all around your house if you need to remind yourself, we got this. And when I say we, I'm not talking about America. per se, that concept. I'm talking about us as individuals in our community with our families. We got this. And the more we're willing to outstretch our hand and our arms to others, to talk to others, to understand others, to get to know others better, the more we'll bring this world together. And that ain't nothing that the president can do. He can't make that happen. He can't stop that from happening. What would the world be like if all of us extended our hands out to someone else and they extended their hands back? What would that be like? What could he do? What could any of them do? Nothing. It reminds me of years ago as Michael Jackson, they did We Are the World, and they were raising funds then, I think, for Africa. Nobody can stop you when you really think about it. Nobody. Two ways to fight. Fight with your hearts or fight with your hands. Guns are for cowards. I try to stay out of any kind of name calling and labeling, but it's fine. We can fight with our hearts and our minds. I need you to sit down and start thinking. Start considering some other possibilities for yourself, some new ways of doing things, new ways for your children to have the child care that they need, new ways for you to share your gifts and talents on this planet and get your money for it, new ways for you to come together. Because I'm sorry, nobody wants to say it, but Michelle Obama said it a long time ago. She said, where's the start? She said, by inviting your neighbor over for dinner. How many of us have done it? How many of us know our neighbors? How many of us in emergency could help our neighbors or have their phone numbers? If we do that, we break down the walls. We break down the barriers. All of my neighbors are a different complexion than I am, and I do not care. Do you know yours? Start there. Who in your family are you mad at? Let it go. Go say, I'm sorry. Tell them it's over with. We start with a clean slate because life's too short. We don't know what's actually going on and what all they may be doing and planning. But what we do know is the people we love are in our hearts. To love ourselves and to extend that love to the people around us. So you got this. Remember that no matter what. McFadden and Whitehead said, ain't no stopping us now. You're so sweet there. You're absolutely right. As we come together. But that's the biggest thing. When I talk on my Facebook page about what is it we need to do to come together, the conversation goes quiet. We've been so trained to be divided that we don't even know how to talk about coming together. Well, I just gave us a plan. And if I could get people to get other people just in their neighborhoods to have dinners, if we picked a day, from now, and everybody had a dinner on their street, and they blocked off the streets, and we all sat down with people we didn't know to talk and break bread together, what impact would that have on the world? But until we can grow to that truth, until we can grow to the awareness of our oneness, we are where we are. And it seems like it's going to take a minute for us to embrace that piece of our oneness. So for now, do you, boo. You got this. You've got this. Try to stay out of those conversations that are either or. Take more time and ask questions. You don't have to fight it against anybody. If they're doing something you don't understand, just say, hey, excuse me, how come you do such and such? I ask people all the time, how come you don't wear your mask? And I listen to their answers. I'm not trying to change them or persuade them. I just want to understand. Sorry, I figure that's a lot of noise. Hold on. Part of the journey is for us to understand each other. Well, hell. Part of the journey is for us to understand each other. But we don't want to understand each other because we're almost afraid that if we understand each other, we'll actually like each other and then we'll get along. How crazy are we? Ask yourself, do you know all your neighbors? And if you don't, how come? And keep the answer to yourself. But whatever that answer is, that's what's keeping us stuck where we are right now, which means we each have a possibility within us for this world to be different. What's the possibility you're creating? What's the possibility you're standing for? No matter what it is, simply know this morning, you got it. There goes another dad with his baby. He's pushing his baby. Not the mama, it's the dad. I love it. I have not seen so many men involved and active with their children. I'm so excited by that. I was so disappointed to realize that the way the world had set it up was that men were so separated from their children. And technically mothers were too, but they were still tired. But men didn't get to stroll their kids or ride with the bikes down the street because they were too tired or always looking at sports. So there's some good things that have come out of this to help us look at and reflect on how we're living our lives, how we become so complacent in what we do, as opposed to recognizing there's so many valuable pieces to life that we've been missing. So many valuable pieces to life that we've been missing. So they come in cycles in my neighborhood. The first thing in the morning, I had to look out my door because there was women. I'm like, if we don't stop talking, there are women out there chatting and the baby's crying. I'm like, we're still trying to sleep. It's 7 o'clock. Then I have my other group that comes around 10, and that includes the dads. Then around lunchtime, the dads come with the kids on the bikes and the tricycles. They're in the middle of the street. I love it. I love that dads are home with their kids. As all my guys, I see them in the morning when I'm walking. Then I see the dads later on in the evening with their sons, and they're riding bikes, or they're running, or they're jogging, or they're just talking. For that alone, I'm excited that this all happened. Okay, so I want you to know you got this. You got this, and we've got this. And there's things that we can do to have a greater impact, really almost from the inside out, that has nothing to do with America, it has nothing to do with the president. It has to do with how we each individually choose to live, how we're willing to be open to each other, to be inquisitive. We're so judgmental. Oh, that's stupid. Oh, that's wrong. Facebook drives me crazy. Where is there questioning? Where is there a need or a desire to try and understand another person's point of view? It's so much rigidity. It's amazing. And yet, gradually, we're realizing in order for us to get anywhere, we need to ask more questions. What does that mean to you? How come you want to do that? What is that going to impact is that going to have on your children? Or what impact is that going to have on your family? And then what impact will that have on your neighbors? And then what impact will that have on your community? We've got to ask questions and stop judging. Stop saying what people should do and ought to do and have to do. It is, a friend of mine was on there. It's like, well, people should wear their masks. I'm like, well, the fact is they're not. So let's talk about how come they're not, as opposed to the shoulding all over everything. And understand, people have asthma, they have different conditions. They're not just being defiant. They're reasons. And the more we ask questions, the more we can understand others if we choose to. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? So in the meantime, have a great day. I'm heading back in. Got a couple of clients to see today. And budding 16-year-old in 3 weeks, and we're almost finished up with school. We're doing reviews. Finals are coming next week. Heck, there's Memorial Day coming. I'm sure America loves that because they figure everyone will go and spend money to impact the economy. I love the fact that they realize that we're the ones that run the economy. They need to treat us a certain kind of way if they want this economy to work. We're the ones that go to the restaurants. We're the ones that do the barbecue cooking on Memorial Day. We're the ones that buy the food. That will all be different this year. So understand the power you do have and we do have, and know you got this. No matter what experience you're in right now, no matter what's happening in your life, whether you've lost your job, whether you had to close your small business, just simply know, no matter what, you got this. You got resources inside of you. You have power inside of you. You have incredible thoughts that you can think, incredible business ideas you can begin to create for yourself. You can create a wealth plan now. You can figure out your budget now. You can get a degree online now. You can lose weight now. There's nothing to stop you if you choose to. I just want you to know today, you got this. Have a great day. Bye for now.